For centuries, the planet Valorth had been considered a dead world, nothing more than a hollow gray marble drifting at the edge of human star charts. Its surface was a wasteland of cracked obsidian, and its atmosphere was too thin to hold even the faintest whisper of life. But deep beneath its barren crust lay a secret untouched for 728 years, encased in bioluminescent slime and forgotten by the galaxy. Elizabeth had never believed in dead worlds. The young Xenotech engineer stood at the edge of the excavation pit, dust coating her boots, her dark hair tied back in a loose braid. She stared into the massive crater her team had dug over the last 6 days. At its center lay something unnatural, something metallic, massive, and utterly alien. "It looks like a coffin," Evan muttered beside her. He was the team's linguist, though he preferred the term cultural analyst. He adjusted his visor and crouched for a closer look. "A coffin for one very unlucky machine." Elizabeth shook her head. "No, this is a stasis pod. And whatever's inside it, robot or not, someone wanted it preserved." The pod was the length of a shuttle and twice as wide, coated in thick greenish slime that pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat trapped in goo. None of their instruments could penetrate it. No scans, no readings. Just impenetrable silence until the pod twitched. Evan stumbled back. "Tell me that was the wind." "There is no wind," Elizabeth whispered. The slime began to peel away, sliding down in slow sheets and revealing gleaming metal beneath a body plated with jointed armor, shaped vaguely like a humanoid, but too tall, too sharp, too alien. Its eyes were dark. Its limbs were still, and yet a sound vibrated through the crater like an ancient engine coughing after centuries of sleep. "Oh," Elizabeth breathed. "It's waking up." Inside the research habitat, alarms blared as the alien machine, now cleaned and restrained by magnetic cuffs, began to reawaken fully. Elizabeth and Evan stood behind a reinforced glass barrier, watching its fingers twitch with electric force. "Maybe we shouldn't have brought it inside," Evan said. "Maybe we should have left it in the hole. Or the ground. Or the planet." Elizabeth gave him a sideways look. "You always say that when something fascinating happens." He nodded firmly. "Yes, and I'm usually right." The robot sat up. Its glowing eyes swept the room, analyzing everything with quick mechanical precision. Then it focused on Elizabeth, lingering on her the way a lost traveler might stare at a familiar constellation. It spoke, its voice a deep harmonic echo, 728 cycles since containment. "Identify yourselves." Elizabeth stepped forward. "I'm Elizabeth." "This is Evan. You're safe. You're among humans now." The robot tilted its head. "Humans, biological, carbon-based, not hostile." "Hopefully," Evan muttered. The robot's chest hummed. "Designation, Zar 7, Defensive Construct of the Aerith Dominion. Mission, Protect. Purpose, Safeguard Sentience." Evan raised an eyebrow. "Then why were you buried underground?" Zar 7's gaze dimmed, as if recalling an old wound. "Dominion lost. Enemies unleashed a bioslime entrapment. I failed, stasis triggered. Until external assistance detected." Elizabeth's breath caught. "We freed you." "Yes," Zar 7 said. "Therefore, reciprocation protocol activated. I will ensure your survival." Evan nudged Elizabeth. "See? It likes you." "It's going to kill me first." She rolled her eyes, but the moment of levity didn't last. The habitat trembled. Hard. Then again, and the lights flickered. Turning from white to an ominous warning red, Elizabeth ran to the console. "Impact detected multiple. Something's attacking us." Evan paled. "We didn't bring weapons." "Why would anything?" Before he could finish, the ground lurched violently, throwing them off their feet. The air filled with a wet, chittering screech that made Elizabeth's skin crawl. Zar 7 rose smoothly, towering over both of them. "The slime entities," he said. "They have tracked my reactivation." The habitat walls buckled as dark green masses slammed into them, creatures made of writhing mucus and spiked tendrils, oozing through cracks as if the metal itself meant nothing. "Those things were alive?" Evan yelped. Elizabeth grabbed him. "Run!" But they didn't get far. A tendril lashed out, knocking Elizabeth backward. She hit the ground hard, the air ripped from her lungs. Evan skidded to her side. The creature loomed above them. Then the HFY-7 moved like lightning, his arm transformed, shifting into a blade of crackling energy. With a single sweeping strike, he severed the tendril and cleaved the creature in half. Its dissolved remains steamed on the floor before evaporating into a hiss of vapor. More poured in. Dozens. The HFY-7 stepped forward, placing himself between the humans and the swarm. "Humans," he said, "remain behind me." Elizabeth watched, stunned, as the ancient machine fought with the efficiency of a warrior who had once defended an entire civilization. Energy bursts erupted from his palms, incinerating slime beasts. His armored frame tanked blows that would have shattered steel, but even Zar-7 began to falter. For every creature he destroyed, two more oozed through vents and seams. "Our shield generator," Evan shouted. "If we can reach it, we can force them out." "It's across the habitat," Elizabeth said. "We'll never make it." Zar-7 turned, eyes blazing. "You freed me. I will return the act." He lifted them, one in each massive arm, and sprinted. Slime beasts lunged at him, clinging, clawing, trying to drag him down. He burned through them while running at full speed, his core reactor glowing bright enough to cast shadows like dancing flames on the walls. At the generator room, he dropped them gently. "Activate the shield," he commanded. Elizabeth scrambled to the console. Evan helped, their fingers flying across the controls. "Powering up. 80%. 90. A massive impact shook the room as a beast latched onto Zar-7's back, drilling tendrils into the seams of his armor. He roared, a sound of metal under strain, and slammed himself into the wall to crush it. "Shield at 100%. Elizabeth shouted. A pulse surged outward from the generator. The creature shrieked, dissolving into vapor as the energy wave washed over the habitat. Silence fell. The battle was over. Zar-7 staggered, his armor scorched, circuitry exposed. Elizabeth rushed to him. "You're damaged badly." The robot knelt, lowering his head to her level. "You freed me from centuries of isolation." "Purpose restored. Protection fulfilled." Evan swallowed hard. "Is he dying?" Zar-7's eyes flickered. "I will enter low-power restoration. It may take time, but I will return." Elizabeth squeezed his metallic arm. "We'll be here when you wake up." The ancient machine powered down, slumping gently into a kneeling position, once again a silent guardian. But this time, not forgotten. This time, not alone, and somewhere deep inside his fractured core, Zar-7 saved one final thought: humans were worth saving.